I'm really pleased to share you that that one what we do is we have seen that the obviously due to COVID and other sort of things, the incidence and prevalence of suicides have increased all over. And in fact, specifically in Kashmir, we have seen for the last 1 month, almost every day you are seeing one or two people jumping off the bridge and committing suicide or hanging them. So that seemed to have become a routine now in Kashmir for the last 1 or 2 months. So I had already, in fact, recommended as part of recommendation to the government in my report of, I think, which I shared with you with Mental Health and Youth of Kashmir, about that we need to train people and establish what we call is that crisis helpline and establish the crisis team. I used to work as a crisis team consultant in Lincolnshire. I say, well, because of the prevalence of suicides and all those sort of things, it will be ideal if we use the MHGAP module specifically to train people at the grassroots level for, like we have got a liaison psychiatry team. In the similar pattern, we can have a team of psychiatry along with the emergency team in district hospital, where people come to seek help following the overdose and other sort of stuff, because there's only one main psychiatric hospital that's in Srinagar. So it's quite difficult for people by the time they reach to Srinagar from Kupwara and all those sort of things. It practically it becomes really difficult for them to come all the way from that. So this was my proposal, which I was planning to. In fact, it was part of the recommendation in 2014. Another good thing that I managed to do was we managed to sign an MOU between the Royal College of Psychiatry, London, and the Kashmir government, which was signed by the President of the Royal College and the Commissioner Secretary Health, Mr. Ghazzafar Hussain, in which we highlighted the need for research and other sort of things. So it's basically part of this MOU. So last week what we did is I managed to meet this Director General of Police, Mr VK Singh, and SSP who is in charge of State National Disaster Force and National Disaster Relief Force, because they have got quite 40-50 members there. So what we did, me and my Muzaffar, we practically trained them in using the WHO module about how to handle the online calls of suicide, and we are planning to start online call center in a way where these 30 people who have been trained, they will be posted 24 hours, and we have installed almost what we call a 30 line hotline, which will be so 30 people can call simultaneously, so it won't be blocked. And then what we have done is that we have linked it with all relevant organizations who result for the youth. Like in the MSF study, people did complain that unemployment and financial issues one of the big factor for contributing to their mental health. So like we have got a inauguration. In fact, Chief Secretary is coming on Wednesday to inaugurate it, and we are trying to get hold of all stakeholders like the education department, the university, the press, then this deputy commissioner, they have got various social welfare department, all the different schemes. So we will have all this information at one place, like domestic violence issues and cyber crime, so that anyone who calls in distress for so any reason, they can be provided, signposted to the concerned relevant team at that time, or even if someone is accused.
From what you're saying, Syed, from what you're saying, Syed, I'm wondering if there is any way. You mentioned how it is difficult, where a place is more secure, like Kupwara. It is difficult to carry out the survey in the way you did in Gandarwal. But what I'm wondering is if it is possible in any way, like you said, that the domestic violence related and other issues related, right? I'm wondering if it is possible to, in some way, gauge the impact of cross-border shelling and firing
Yeah, I think
on mental health.
So that what I was saying, like this helpline which we have devised, because it's going to cover the whole Kashmir. This can be a very good tool because people at least everyone has got mobile, everyone has got phones. You understand what I mean? So depending on the calls and data that we get from there, which can be very good data to get understanding of the level of distress or the problem that people are having in Kupwara compared to the other districts. You know what I mean? If the calls that were coming from Ganerbal, are they different for the calls that we will be getting from Kupwara? You understand what I mean? So that's my second aim, is that it will be a vital place where we will be able to collect the data from the whole of Kashmir to get an understanding insight about the different reasons people are distressed, or different problems they are facing, or the different scenarios for which they want help. So we will be trying to involve the media and advertise these numbers as much as possible across the valley, so that people are able to call. So this, I mean, this is the first of its kind. So this is something where we can get reliable, valid data directly from the people who will be contacting us, and then that data, I think, can be quite helpful in addition to